Yo, welcome to Sports and Street Talk. My name is Josh Portis.
I'm Rob Gordon.
And I'm Rome Pellum.
And today we got a very special guest in the building, head coach for Long Beach Millikan High School. He's doing some wonderful things here in the Southern California area. He's played football, went to Washington State, played DB, He has some fast twitch muscles playing the defensive back, but Romeo Pellum, he's done a great job here in the area.
For sure.
Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome to the dugout, baby.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to the dugout.
Appreciate it.
Welcome. So I kind of want to get into this, just because I would say your journey just playing football, right, and then getting to coaching has constantly kept you going, right? I mean, you have this thing what you call beat all odds, right? I really wanted to talk about just like the coaching aspect and how did you get into it?
Sure. Well, really, it was when I first left Hampton. So I was at Washington State. I caught a case at Washington State.
Talk to him. Tell him the story.
Then I had to leave. I ended up at Hampton at the real HU.
Yeah. Come on.
Hello. Yeah. I ended up at the real HU. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to talk about
Come
there.
on. My goodness.
Come on. So I ended up there, and I came out lockout year.
Right.
So there was nothing going on. NFL was lockout, so I went and coached at my old high school. So I just did that season there. Then I ended up going to play and all that stuff, right? Then the last team I was with, I was playing arena, right? But I was always the coach on the field. So I got hurt and broke my ankle, so I just naturally kind of like transitioned into coaching. They fired the DB coach, and then I was the interim DB coach when I got hurt. You know what I mean? Because they already still paying me, right? Because I'm on IR, so they paying me.
Right.
So I started doing that. Then I ended up being a defensive coordinator at a high school. And then I'm like, the head coach, he let me run the show, and he kind of mentored me, and his old DC mentored me. I knew the game, but I didn't really know how to run a program, right? So he mentored me, and then my uncle, obviously, he was at Oregon. So, I would call him and all that stuff like that. But then I got a shot, and I just went and ran with it. Yeah, I'm back in the city where I did it all. I'm back home.
Right. God, love.
That's sweet. So let's take a walk back down memory lane, shall we? Me and Rome, man, we were teammates down at Hampton. I remember when Rome came down, they like, man, we got this transfer from Washington State. He a corner. He a top 10 recruit. You know what I mean? 5-star. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, nigga. I'm a receiver at the time. And I'm like, he show up on camp day. I say, man, where you from, nigga? And, in LA, I'm from DC, from LA. So, in LA at the time, I didn't know that was, I'm trying to press down on him. He like, nigga, I'm from LA, homie. And from that day, man, that was my dog. We was road dogs from that day forward. But what I will ask you, so talk about your journey from that transition from Washington State to the great Hampton University. How was that?
It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to lie. My first day there, it was a hurricane warning.
It was.
I'm a city boy.
It was.
I'm from Long Beach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going from Long Beach to Hampton, Virginia, going from Washington to Virginia, where
big dynamic shit.
A hurricane?
Right.
I'm talking about the city is on warning. And I called my mom like, yo, I don't care about this football stuff. I'm ready to go home. Take me back home. I buy the ticket. I'm going.
For sure.
Right.
But it was different. You know what I mean? It's a different experience, right? Football is way different. I'm at a Pac-10 school at the time, Power 5. You got the media there. The coaching is better. The facilities is better. Everything is better about it, right?
Right.
And then you get to Hampton, and it's like, damn,
dropped you off.
It's like I was at a 10. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at a 10, I'm starting, I'm projected to go this in the draft and all this stuff. And now I'm like, oh, you got to humble yourself quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Training table different. You got called the calf. I go in there, eat fried chicken. And,
every day.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? The coaching is a difference. The facility is a difference. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, I could say that Hampton made me stronger. And the bond that I had in our position room was different. who is the number 4 pass defense in the country.
For sure.
And they come from the DB coach, and we going at it with the receivers every day.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? And we going at it with the young dudes coming in, and if they not doing stuff right, that's on us.
Yeah.
So there was a point in time where a freshman was there, Dansby. He missed meetings. He did something. He missed. They went and got him. They beat him up.
Oh yeah.
Because he missed.
Oh, that culture, huh?
Yeah,
You know, it was that culture.
Yeah. You missing culture. You miss. We jumping you.
So it's a difference.
It's a
So I'm
difference,
like,
my boy.
oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk a little bit about that difference of as a coach in those different environments and being able to coach in those different environments. Just having that Washington State, you got Washington State coaching there, opposed to coaching at like
HBCU.
SBCU.
It's way different. You know what I mean? Like Washington State, they have way more resources as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the big thing. Mm-hmm. You have more money, which means you can have more coaches. You have a better strength staff. You have a better facility. You have a better meal plan. You know what I'm saying? Even the Big Sky FCS schools is way better than any HBCU that I've seen.
And what you think the fundamental difference in that is?
I mean, the big thing is the money, the location, right?
Sure. Yep.
Black colleges put more money, in education because they don't get as much as the other colleges.
Right.
So they want to put it all back into education more so than their sports.
Yep.
And that's where the kind of like the drop off is, because I feel like the Big Sky schools, right?
Yep.
UC Davis, Cal Poly, Sac State, Montana State. What they do is they find a balance of athletics and academics.
Yeah.
Right.
But athletics is a priority, where at HBCUs, it's not so much a priority.
Yeah.
Another thing I found out about HBCUs is everybody want to give you the runaround.
Everybody give you the run
What you
around.
think,
The HBCU
what you
run
think
around.
about Deion going from the HBCU to Colorado?
I mean, it's good for him, right? He's a black man. You know what I mean? Like, that's good for him.
Yeah.
Do I think it's going to be tough for him? Yes, I do. Because Pac-12 is different than FCS,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Like, Prime, he knows football. But being a head coach at that level and trying to be successful immediately is really, really tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got
it
to
is.
think, like,
Right.
I'm going to be very blunt. You got to go against Lincoln Riley.
Yep.
You
Right.
got to, that's at USC.
USC,
That's
yeah.
successful. You got
Been
to go
successful.
against Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly been successful.
Been successful.
Yeah.
Whittingham at Utah.
Been
Successful.
Yeah.
He's been there for a long time.
He's one of them guys that been
Them
in the
youths,
league
Yes.
5
them
years.
youths is
Yes.
for real.
Dan
too.
Lanning
Yeah.
at Oregon.
Yeah.
Successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Track record.
Deborah at Washington. Successful.
Track record.
Yeah.
Right?
All
And
of
then
them.
you still got to think about Jonathan Smith at Oregon State. So that's 6 already above you.
Yeah, for sure. And got a track record. And
They have
did
a
it.
track record.
Yeah. And
They're
been
known for
consistent.
winning.
And been consistent.
So, but I really hope
What do you-
Deion does well.
What do you rate his chances?
Oh, chances of what?
Of winning the Pac-10.
A Pac-10?
Yeah.
I think it's 0% chance he wins the Pac-12.
It says 0% chance.
0% chance. I'm just being honest. Like, it's a 0% chance that Colorado wins the Pac-12.
Wow. Deion bringing all those cats in? You really?
It doesn't matter.
The recruitment.
You gotta
recruitment.
understand. It's not just recruiting. It's the coaching. It's the chemistry.
The structure around it? As
Like
far as
it's SC. This is Lincoln Riley's second year, so already you have guys. Dan Lanning, second year, so he already has guys at Oregon,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Jonathan Smith, he's been there at Oregon State.
Yeah, he been there for like
Deborah,
3-4 years.
this thing is second or third year at Washington, right? But Willingham at Utah, he's been there since I've been in high school.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
And that culture there, it's there.
Speaking of Whittingham, I was getting recruited by Utah, and Urban Meyers recruited me at the time when I was coming out of California, and Whittingham was there.
Exactly. Yes.
He's been there for damn near
Yes.
10, 12 years.
Well,
Yes.
he been in college football for a long time.
Yeah.
He done seen a lot of players come through college
Yeah.
and go up
He's
to
running
the next level.
Yeah, he's running it.
And they
So let
did
me
a
so let
good
me ask
job.
you this: since we're talking about coaching, and I don't know you as a coach, I know you as a player. And Rome as a player is very physical, Very loud mouth.
Did he get you?
Very. Oh yeah.
Did he get you?
We used to get each other.
And did he used to route you too? Did he?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh yeah.
So you don't put me on camera.
So what you saying is he got the best.
Never took me to the Gatorade. Let's keep it 100. Never took me to the. I don't think I went to the Gatorade one time. Now we might have got to fighting a couple times. Now I do remember that 1-on-1s. We did get to scuffling a couple times, but have I gone up on top? I did go on top of Rome one time. It was 7 ball. It was 7 ball corner pocket. Caught that thing over toe tap outside the end zone. He might not remember, but it definitely happened.
You got to show me.
Dave, you know what happened. The Legree knows what happened. It definitely happened.
Man.
It was dipping the fish grease. We used to call it fish grease. But what I want to ask you though is transitioning from a player to a coach. How has that transition been for you? Like, how do you feel now? I mean, I know you can't loudmouth talk or go hard on the kids like you was back in the day, but what's that kind of transition been for you? Like, how do you feel about it? Like, what's the feeling?
Who said I can't?
So what's your coaching style? I guess what's your coaching style like?
I mean, when I first started coaching, I kind of had to set the culture at the school.
For sure.
The culture was really, really bad.
Yeah.
And kids were just like me in high school and other kids when they can do whatever they want to do.
Whatever,
skip, get in trouble on campus. So, I really had to come in and put my foot down, you know what I mean, and set the standard from the jump. Right. So I've kind of lightened up since then because the kids know what the expectations are.
For sure.
Right. I don't have to scream at practice. I don't have to do certain things because they already know. And they know if they don't do the right thing, they know the consequence.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm at that spot now. I'm at that place coaching-wise where I can sit back and I can really manage because, if a kid is going to do the wrong thing and he don't have that goal of winning or getting to the next level, he's not going to be in my program because he already know the expectation coming in.
Yeah. What's your so we did coaching style. What do you say, or who do you say that you kind of pattern your coaching game after? Do you is it like playing? Were you like, oh, I'm like a Dion mixed with a, or is it like you kind of got your own style as far as?
I mean, I kind of do my own thing. I just try to be the best player's coach that I can be.
I like that.
Just because, again, I can relate to these players, right?
Yeah, you've been there.
I've been there, but they go to parties.
Right.
Sometimes I go to the club.
Right.
I listen to the same music.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to be a dad. I want to be more of a big brother.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what some coaches may punish you for, I may not.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was a kid today, the office said he was like basically doing donuts in the parking lot or burning whatever. Like, yeah, we're going to see him running, right? Nah, I'm going to talk to him.
Right.
Like, that's a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just doing kids stuff. Let me talk to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's certain things like that, right? But I do talk to head coaches, right? I did sit down with Chip Kelly before. I have sat down with Lincoln Riley, right?
Yeah.
I've sat down with my uncle. I've sat down with a lot of coaches that's come through, with Todd Monken from Georgia that has come down. He's at the Ravens now. A lot of coaches I sit down because...
Who would you say you learned the most from?
It's tough.
They all got their own
It's really
styles.
tough. They all have their own styles.
and
They really do.
Yeah.
They're very different.
Well,
They
let's
all are.
ask it like this. Who would you say that you would mock your style after?
None of them.
None of them.
None of them.
I like that
because
answer.
I'm going to do it my way,
Yeah.
but I'm going to listen to what they have to say, the way they do things, and I'm going to tweak it to where I can do it my way, but also implementing their way along the way.
Let me ask you this: big picture goal for coaching. What's your big picture goal?
Right now, I'm going on year 5.
Yeah.
Right? I started getting into high school. My brother was coming to high school. He's got a senior year. He's going off to SC. My son is going to the 6th grade next year. I can tell you for the next 6 years, right, until he's a senior, I'll be coaching high school ball.
Yep.
No matter what comes at me, right? And,
Yep.
you know, that's a big question that everybody asks me because everybody think I'm going to leave and go to college and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm chilling until my son gets through there,
Yeah.
right? I want to, in this next 6 years, I want to make this a powerhouse. and I want to win as many games as I can.
Yeah.
Right, to leave my legacy. You know what I mean? And what happens from there happens from there. I'm not saying I'm gonna leave. I'm not saying I'm gonna go, but that's what the goal is right now.
Yeah, like you know,
shorty up and through there.
Like coaching high school is very different, right? You know, there's a set amount of time. You got kids that got a lot of distractions going on. They're young, they're growing up. You got coaches, you know, that sometimes can make it to practice, sometimes can't, just because of, you know, personal things and things of that nature. Talk about like kind of the structure, how you put yourself in the shoes of other coaches and, like you said, other players, and you don't want to be that dad, right? You want to be that big brother. Do you think kids respond better from that type of message and the way you think about that?
I think so. You know, not everyone. I don't make them call me Coach Rome or Coach Pellum.
So what they call you?
Some call me Rome.
Yeah.
They don't call me Romeo though.
Right.
They call me Rome, Coach Rome. Right.
Okay.
I keep that dialogue with, like, I'm you know what I mean? I'm cool.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're gonna be late though, let me know.
Yeah.
Like, I let them do their thing, but at the end of the day, I still have to make you a responsible young man, and it's my job to make you. You know, you have to be accountable.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to be disciplined. So if you're late, I don't care how cool we are. It's a punishment.
For sure.
You know what I mean? If you do something disrespectful in school or in a community, there's a punishment, right? There's a fine line between me being cool. When I switch that switch, it's time to go, and they understand that. You know what I mean?
What would you say your biggest message that you push to your players is?
I mean, I just want them to basically our motto is we win the day. Right.
Like
So we win the day. We win the day in school. We win the day in the community. We win the day at home. Right.
Yeah.
We always want to win. Right. That's being respectful at home.
Yeah.
Doing your work in the classroom, like winning in the classroom.
Yeah.
Right. So we're competing in the classroom, being the best on the field every day.
Yeah.
Everything we do, we want to win. We want to be the best.
Sound like I shout out to Carson Bird. That was one of the jumps when we was in school. That's a win.
That's a win. That's a win.
That's a win at the party.
That's a win.
Well,
That's
let me
a win.
ask you this: Do you show any form of favoritism based on skill?
I show no favoritism.
That's dope.
Even the best player has to do what the worst player does. Even if they're late, if they're missing, I don't care. Right? Do I have better relationships with certain kids? Of course. But I'm not going to show favorites to those kids.
Who's your star right now?
My star?
Yeah.
The face of the program is my brother, Ryan. And everyone knows that. It's not a secret. And it's not because it's my brother.
It's because he liked that.
He's like that.
No, he cold.
You know,
Shorty like that.
If you if you watch, you know, the Long Beach Milliken games, you know, they air it out. You know, they got a quarterback that's, you know, pretty good. They got receivers. For days they air it out. One of my good friends, Derek Jones, is the receivers coach. Talk about kind of the impact he's had with the receivers, especially with your brother as well.
Yeah. So Derek has been there. It would have been 3 of the 4 years that Ryan was there. I mean, it's a good thing because Derek, he's a Long Beach guy, so he can relate to the kids on and off the field, playing in the Moore League, growing up in Long Beach. You know, and also he played at Oregon, right? He played at that next level where they're trying to get, right? His schools came down to Oregon or SC.
Right.
So you're talking about a national guy, one of the fastest guys in the country, right? And then you talk about a guy that went and played for the Raiders.
Yep.
So it's someone who is respectable and who these kids will listen to.
Right.
Right? Because to be honest, a lot of these kids that I have, if you haven't done anything or if you haven't coached anyone, they're not going to listen to you.
Man, tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell me
That's just
about
the
it.
reality of it.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of high school football teams that have coaches that don't really have no past experience in playing football. They're just out there just having a shouting match, man.
Yes.
So it's you know, I kind of try to stay off like the high school football sidelines just because, you know, there's things that I see that would be like, yeah, that wouldn't go down if I was like the head coach here, you know. So I kind of like stay away from that category. But what I like to do is kind of like coach, you know, quarterbacks that I continue to do, but on a one-on-one basis, right?
Sure.
Like just to be hands-on. But being a head coach at a high school, it's more than just X's and O's, right? It's organizational structures dealing with, you know, school administration. Talk about like some of, being hands-on with your players as far as the classroom is concerned. Is that something that, you know, you take major pride in?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So we do grade checks every 2 weeks.
Okay.
We have study hall 3 times a week. I'm going to do random class checks. The teachers all have my email.
Okay.
So if there's a situation with the player, I'm gonna pull up to the class and we're gonna figure it out.
Figure it out.
And everybody knows that.
Right.
Everybody knows the expectation. I think this year was the least amount of kids that we had that were like close to the 2.0. We had the most 4.0s this year ever.
That's dope.
That's dope.
So
shout out to
going
you.
in
Shouts out to Rome,
Shout
getting
out
the
to Rome.
kids
Getting-
4.0s, man.
Getting it right. Getting it right.
So look,
let's-
man. Go ahead, Rob.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Talk about coming up in LA and some
I'm
of
from
those.
Long Beach.
Oh, Long Beach.
Yeah,
My bad.
that's a big difference.
Okay, but talk about coming up in Long Beach and
Yep.
and the California vibe.
What about it?
Just
There's
talk
a
about
whole
it.
lot
Just-
to talk about it. It depends on what we're talking about.
Well-
depending on which angle I'm gonna go.
Okay. Well,
You got to
talk
be
about
blunt with
some-
me.
yeah.
Everybody know my story.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the obstacles that you had to go through coming up.
I mean, I went through a lot. I've been to 7 high schools. I went to jail when I was 14. You know what I mean? I went to 2 colleges. I went to 3 middle schools because I decided to be in the streets.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I started gangbanging at 13. At 13. And that's just the life I chose to live. You know what I mean? I was blessed to make it to Washington State. I caught a case my senior year of high school. I almost wasn't going to go. The judge let me do community service in Washington. This was March, my senior year. I left in June. But I'm blessed to make it out. And that's part of the reason why I do this, why I'm staying here in high school, because this is my calling right now. I feel like this is what God wants me to do right now.
Right.
Because there's not many people like me that went through all that made it out. I got homies in jail for 90 years, 100 years, 60 years. They're not coming home.
Nope.
They doing appeals.
Who was your biggest support system?
My mama. My mom, my biggest supporter. She believed in me every step of the way. Even when I was wrong, I was right.
Shout out moms.
You know what I'm saying?
Mom's always gonna be there, man.
1000%.
Mom's all. You only got one mom, man.
Yeah.
So talk about the blending of the sports in the street, right? You know what I mean? As an athlete, people talk to athletes, they don't really understand the mentality of an athlete, right? You know, we as an athlete, you got to have a form of that street with you, because it's that grit from the street that you bring into the actual physicality of the sport and playing the sport at a physical level.
We call that dog.
That dog.
You gotta have that dog in.
And Rome had that dog. So let's talk about the transition or what you brought from the street to the ball and made that blend that made your style so prolific.
Well, I'm going to get it straight. Like, you don't have to be from the street to be a dog.
That's true.
And a lot of, like, I've seen a lot from college to now to the league and arena, Canada, and then going back to coaching. There's a lot of people who get to college or get to the league and get some money that want to now try to act like they're from the street,
Let's talk about it.
but they're not really from the street.
For sure.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, that's not, like, we got to stop doing that and try to, like, that's
Gotta
not
stop.
cool.
Nah, it ain't.
Right? Like, you don't have to be from the street to be a dog.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
I know people right now, like my little brother, for an instance, he's a dog on the field. He didn't have to grow up like me.
Right.
He didn't go through what I went through.
But the mentality.
The mentality of a dog, because that's what he knows.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But it's ingrained through his older brother.
through his older brother.
who did that.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So, but it comes from somewhere. You don't have to be
True.
from that. That battery is in his back.
Correct.
though.
But
So
you
it
don't.
come from something.
But a part of that comes from your why.
Yeah, for sure.
Why are you playing the sport that you're playing?
Speak about the why real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing this? Okay, I have somebody who mom is on drugs. Daddy's not in the picture. He have no choice but to make it. I got somebody else who daddy got killed in January, who mama's been in a coma for 5 years.
Right. That's an effect of the street.
He has no choice but to make it.
Got to be a dog.
And you think about that every single day that you working out, that you're training.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the dog in you.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep
Because
you
that's
going.
your why. If you don't know the why you're playing the sport,
Or why are you doing anything?
Why are you doing anything in life?
It's the why. The why is important.
If you don't know the why, you're not going to be successful at it.
I love that.
The purpose, the ambition.
Yeah.
The
why.
The why. Why you doing it? How passionate are you about it?
Right.
You know?
For sure.
Passion goes a long way. You can feel it. You know, these kids can feel it. When you coaching them, they can feel when you care about their development.
Yep.
Them as growing up to be a
as
young
a
man.
man.
They can feel it
Yeah.
instead of someone just yelling at them, for, or an hour and a half or 2 hours, every day because of practice. But they can feel it when somebody's out there really being hands-on in their development. These kids are smart, man.
Yeah,
they really smart.
Interested in who they gonna become as fathers, as husbands, as the next generation to shape the future for sure. Let's talk about fatherhood, right? Everybody in here is a dad. You say you got a youngin. What's important about fatherhood and for your son to see you do? We talked about the why, so he's definitely one of your whys. But let's talk about what is that? How does that drive and that focus, or what you want your son to see you do, and the legacy? You talked about legacy as well, that you want him to see you leave.
So I have a son and a daughter, right?
Okay.
So for me, my son loves football. Mm-hmm. He loves Milliken football because I'm at Milliken, right? His uncle is at Milliken, so he wants to go to Milliken, right? So it's my job to make sure that I do all I can to pour into Milliken, so when he gets there, it's set up for him to be really, really successful, right?
Yeah.
For the steps for him to get in there and for him to achieve his goals, right? And then for my daughter, when she gets older, whatever she wants to do, right? I have to be in a position to be able to help her be successful in whatever she want to do. Right.
Yeah.
This is all the beginning of it all. Right. I'm in a position where, my brother, he's gone now. Yep. Right. Well, he'll be at SC. Right. That's it. They got him now. So now I'm gonna build for my kids on and off the field. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure that something is set up in place where they don't have to pay for school.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. For sure.
That foundation.
Yeah.
Creating that foundation, having that foundation.
You ain't got to pay for college.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
My son got to do something. He got to get up out of here, dog. You got to get up out of here, dog. I don't know, you going to run track, play baseball, something.
Yeah.
You're still going to put some money in his account, though, when he grows up.
Yeah, I'm going to lace him. I got to send something down Disney right now. But
so let's get into some of your player stuff. As a player, what are some of your fondest memories in the NFL?
Well, in the league, I went to camp, Carolina. Just the whole experience in the whole. I'm grateful for the experience. A lot of people don't get to experience that.
Nope.
You talk about the 1% of the world that get to experience that, from the whole thing, from picking you up from the airport to going to your hotel room and going to the facility and doing your physicals, you know what I'm saying, to meeting with the coaches and the position meetings, and you get there, breakfast is set up for you, whatever you want to eat, the buffet style. It's similar to college, but it's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Man. It's a big difference. And you're really at the facility from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., right? And you talk about during the camp time, right? You got breakfast, you got meetings, you got walkthroughs, you got meetings, you got practice, you got meetings. You know what I mean? Right. But it's just the grind, right? You gotta love the grind, and you gotta love the situation and the moment that you're in, and you gotta cherish that, because a lot of people don't experience that.
You talk about dedication and really being tapped in on your body, your mind, how you feel. The players that you get along with, the coaches that you gotta, obviously make sure you have a good rapport with the playbooks and make sure that you can get on the field. Yeah. And they're not even that management, right? You got general managers that you're dealing with, scouts. Yes. It's a whole organizational structure. Yes. And a lot of time, when I first got into camp, especially being undrafted and making it, I felt like everything I did was like a microscope, right?
Everybody's watching.
Everything is watching. So I felt in my head, it's like, man, I gotta watch how I do this. I gotta even watch maybe how I come in today. I gotta watch how my attitude is, because I knew that pink slip is deadly, man.
Turning that iPad.
Hey, man, that pink slip deadly,
bring
man.
Your playbook.
Bring
your playbook.
That's the worst words.
Yeah, you don't want to see it. You don't
wear
that.
I felt like every detail that I did had to be right. I was just superstitious about how I went about my day every single day, man.
Yeah.
And
Every
it just
day could be the
honestly,
last
I
day.
felt like I really wasn't myself, right? Just because I felt like I was in the confines of a scope of people are watching me, and every wrong thing that I really wanted to do, maybe I couldn't do at that time. Maybe I couldn't be like, shit, man, what's going on? Or say something out loud or express myself how I wanted to. Got to keep it all within and using emotional intelligence, which I always preach. Like, sometimes you got to use emotional intelligence, be mature about what comes out your mouth at certain times when especially when they paying you $1 million.
They pay you $1 million.
When they pay you that $1, 2, 3, 4 million, some cats getting 20, 30. I mean, it comes with a price with it. You can't just be as free as you want. But I mean, that's pretty much
your piece?
that. That's my piece as far as that can't. Yeah, that can't. Yeah, that's my piece on that can't.
All right, so who you rocking out? Who you squad in football? College?
I don't even
NFL?
I don't have an NFL squad. I love ball. I just love watching football.
He's like me.
I don't care who win.
Whoever on.
Right? I love ball.
You ain't got no squad.
No squad. Obviously, I'm
What
cheer
about
for
in
FC
basketball?
next year because my brother will be there. But other than that, that's it. Basketball, I'm a Lakers all through and through. From Nick Van Exel,
From Eddie Jones.
Eddie Jones,
Eddie Jones.
Cedric Sabalas, all
Cedric
of them.
Sabalas. Man, you know,
Y'all
we
niggas
from-
is Lakers.
Eldon
Lakers.
Campbell.
Yeah, we are Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers.
Lakers.
Laker.
Vladdy D.
Vlade Divac, yeah.
You know, it goes on and on and on.
Who's your favorite Laker?
My favorite Laker? The best one to do it.
Magic?
Don't disrespect that. Don't do that, bro. Nah. Kobe the best to do it.
Kobe the best to do it.
Kobe the best to do it.
For sure.
All right, well, who's on your Mount Rushmore basketball? Who you got?
Kobe.
Kobe.
You gotta have both.
Four?
Yeah.
Kobe. Jordan. LeBron.
Ooh, get real muddy water at that fourth spot.
He top three, but
Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with the Laker. I'm gonna have to go with Magic.
Ooh, that's a nice foe. That's a nice foe.
I'm gonna have to go with Magic.
That's a nice
Well, since
foe.
you into professional coaching,
You wouldn't put Steph Curry up there?
He still got. He not there yet. He there, but he not there.
I mean, the greatest shooter of all time?
Nah.
You don't think he is?
Yeah, I think he is.
You
Steph.
gotta put him up there.
Nah, I'm gonna go with the Lakers though. I'm gonna go with the home team.
This nigga
Respect.
said Lakers.
I'm gonna go with the
Jordan,
home team.
Laker.
Jordan on there, but I'm gonna go with the home team.
since we in the professional coaching though, since he asked, I would say the Rushmore as far as players that you would like. What about coaches? Give me
Ooh,
your,
that's a good one. That's a good
you know, not I'm gonna say
Mount Rushmore.
Mount much more of coaches. Give me just your top 3, top 4 football coaches.
Tony Dungy,
Gotcha.
Love Tony Dungy. Shouts out to Tony.
Bill Belichick.
See where you gonna go with this one.
That's a good one. Chris Peterson.
Okay.
He did a lot of stuff.
Got one more.
That's tough. Because so many are they're right there together.
You like Tomlin?
I do like Tomlin. I was gonna say Tomlin, but there's so many. He does a good job. I like him.
He
He's
hasn't
a
had a
black
losing
head
season
coach too.
since he's been in the league,
He hasn't.
and he's been doing it for what? How many? 15 years? 14
Yeah.
seasons?
I would have
15
to say.
seasons?
I would have to say Tomlin and Andy Reid are right there.
I got you.
You could go split. So let
Yeah.
me
You know
ask
what I'm
this.
saying? You have to. You can't not say either one. You
gotta-
know what I mean? Like
you gotta go.
You definitely can split them. They
about
can share the
Andy.
trophy.
I like Andy a lot.
Yeah, let me ask you this. We talking about legacy. You talking about moving forward. You talking about coaching. That's on the field. What are some things you want to set up for yourself off the field, or some things that you're doing off the field? Because I know you're always into something.
I got some business stuff set up where I really don't want to. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but it's something that's really good that's going right now. That's lucrative. That'll set my entire family up
Okay.
to where I can do it mobile. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also some real estate stuff.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Real estate's huge.
Real estate is
Big.
huge.
Yeah.
Real estate is huge.
You like it in LA or you traveling with it with the real estate?
Both. Stuff in Orange County.
Okay.
Some stuff outside of Atlanta.
There you go.
But there's so much money in real estate, and a lot of people don't understand. You know what I mean? You can take $20,000 on a $100,000 loan in Atlanta and buy a 6-unit apartment and rent it out and get your money back and then flip it. Like, it's so much stuff that people don't know about.
Come on,
you know what I mean?
Let's get into it. It's my vibe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take 20,000 and go make some money for yourself.
I'm tell you,
real talk. You know what I'm saying?
You can take a credit card, liquidate the credit card, flip it, and go grab the property. Put 100%, 20% down loan.
Yeah.
On $1 million, $1 million joint. Grab that, do a cash out refi, 75%. You walk with $750,000. Liquid. You know what I mean? Like you could really do that, and that's tax free. But you got to ask your accountant about that. Don't say Rob G.
But you know what's so crazy is people like us, the black and brown,
for sure.
They don't know that.
Yeah.
No,
we don't get taught that.
The information. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's information that's lost.
You gotta go get it. You gotta go find it. You gotta go read it out.
You got to go seek it.
Yes.
Seek and ye shall find.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's what they say.
And you got to apply it though. That's what
knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is real. It's true power.
Yeah, it's true power.
Absolutely.
Man.
What a time.
We had a time, brother.
Any crazy stories in as far as Hampton?
Oh my goodness!
Let's get into today's
Let's do it. Man.
Any HU crazy stories?
Me and Rome got some. We got some crazy ones, but I think the most memorable one is and you tell me if this is one of the most memorable ones we had. The fight outside of Norfolk State.
At the club, downtown, in the snow?
At the snow.
Huh?
Snow.
It was getting snowballs thrown out.
Bro, it was snowing. We was leaving a cabaret at the Nova. Man, me and Rome, it's me, Rome. I'm right here, Rome's standing on my right. And I think, somebody was to your right.
It had to be Micah or
Had to be
Seals.
Micah to your right. And so we walking down the street, we talking, we, drunk probably.
Ain't no probably.
Nah, we was fried.
We used to be off the Ciroc.
Well, yeah,
heavy.
Big
We used to get that. We used to get that, boy.
Super
Hit that
Ciroc,
liquor
boy.
store before it closed.
Man, it was
Oh,
definitely
man.
it was either Ciroc or Fort Locos.
I wasn't even 21. I had the fake ID ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
man.
jamming, bro. And this one cat, I guess he was from Norfolk. I don't know where he was from. He came through. Fuck ain't you? Rome said, what? He put his hand on my chest, moved me out the way, came across my face, pop, hit the dude. I said, oh, it was another dude came this way. I was like, watch out, Rome. Pop. And from there, it was a royal rumble out that thing.
Man.
It was us versus them. And man, we fought for probably it seemed like about an hour. It was probably like 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah,
Probably like
it was-
15.
Oh, y'all was getting in it?
Yeah, it was probably like 15
15.
minutes. Yeah. We throwing battles over guardrails and everything. It was bad, bro.
Dudes start coming from out the club, crossing this because we parked across the
We
street.
parked across the street in the parking garage. We
Yeah.
had to walk up the
Yes.
parking garage. Bro, it was freezing snow. We end up in a field. I'm sliding. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Bro, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. That was one of the crazy college moments that we had.
We had one outside of Holland too.
Ooh,
Remember that one by the
definitely
tennis
had
court?
Holland,
By the
yeah.
tennis court?
Slid some people over by the gate. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Man.
it's too much to talk about.
Too
boy.
much.
It's
Oh man, me and Ro had some nights, man.
It's crazy. Like I tell you, like when I was at Washington State, right? It's a couple of us. Like when we go, we go. Mm-hmm. When you at Hampton, when one go, we all go. That's the difference.
One move,
Brotherhood.
y'all move.
Oh man,
brotherhood,
yeah,
for sure.
that is the difference.
Yeah, if somebody move wrong, or if Obama grab one of us wrong.
Oh yeah, it's
up.
It's up.
Don't
all
touch
the way.
my brother, dog.
All the way.
Don't touch my brother, dog. And that's that's a mentality, and it's still like that to this day.
Nah,
if I
facts.
see any one of them out, it's all love and it's up.
You know, it's all. We got a group chat On Instagram.
Yeah, we do.
We got a group chat on Instagram.
Oh yeah, y'all ain't playing.
For sure.
Y'all ain't playing.
Every city.
It's
We
like
every
20
city.
of us. Yeah.
Tied in,
Yeah.
communicated, tapped in.
Brotherhood.
Tapped in.
For
Always.
sure, brotherhood.
Always. For
It's
sure.
always gonna be that.
Love. Well, you know, I really appreciate you coming through.
sure,
Shedding
man.
your light on the situations and your experiences, man. It was a joy for you to be on the show, man. Rob, I know you and Rob go back from, Hampton days, college days, and it's a great vibe here. Rock is always, into the sports, and, he's always tapped in high school football and where it's going. And, California football, man, you're going to find your quarterbacks and receivers out here, man. I be telling everybody, anybody that know high school football out here, quarterbacks and receivers, you're going to find them in Cali. We throw that thing out here, baby.
Yeah, definitely. And
We
track.
throw that thing out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing. We probably throw the ball more than any school in Southern California.
Tell them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How's your quarterback?
I have a new one. My last quarterback just went to Stanford.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, he putting them out now.
I got another one. Also, just so you know, I'm gonna put this out there.
Come on, say it. Talk your talk.
So Long Beach areas, it's Milliken, it's Long Beach Poly, Long Beach Jordan, Los Alamitos is really good, Warren, Downey, St. John Bosco. So in that entire area, okay, St. John Bosco, number 1, number 2 school in the country, right?
Country.
Damn.
It's them and us. The only schools that had guys go Power 5 the last 3 consecutive years, now 4.
You doing this
That's
thing.
big, bro. No,
That's
you can
big.
talk that
That's
talk.
ballers. He got
big.
ballers for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Got a kid at
ballers.
UCLA, Xavier Stables.
doing
I got a
it.
corner starting at Arizona, Tacario. My quarterback just went to Stanford. I got my brother going to SC. Plus, I got 3 other guys that'll go Power 5.
Oh my God.
Let's put them out.
You know what I mean? It's
them
a
out.
difference, but everything, when you're doing that, it's a lot that comes with it, right? I'm under a magnifying glass, right? Everybody want to watch me, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and it doesn't help that I'm a black successful coach.
There you go.
Right at the school that was the worst school in the district in the league.
Right.
Right, but I'm a young black coach that's doing it, that's switching it up.
Pressure.
Switching it up.
So now everybody want to watch me. People want to say things. They want to suspend me to try to, it's all that stuff that comes with it.
Politics.
But I'm up for it.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
Yeah, up for it. It's a challenge, but
Built
we
for it.
gotta be built for it, man. Until then, check us out on www.snstalk.net for the latest episodes. Check us out, all the YouTube and apparel and all the different things that we got up there going on. Peace and love, man. Until next time. Love.
Love y'all.
What's the time on that?